We all know that throughout history, religion, all faiths have been used to justify violence that in that religion's name. And I think in almost all cases, that has been done by people who are essentially using a perverted version of faith.
Let me just bring this. Let me bring this back to the wording of the question that you guys put in your own poll. The wording of the question is not was the Islamic religion. It's would you say that the Islamic religion is present tense more likely than other religions to encourage violence against non-believers? What's the last suicide bombing and mass killing you can remember in the name of, say, Christianity or Judaism, for that matter?
Is there more Islamic terrorism committed today in the name of Islam than there is terrorism committed in the name of Christianity? Yes, I think that's true.
Okay, so then how did you? Wait, hold on.
But I guess what I would say is, does that necessarily make Islam an inherently violent religion? No.
That wasn't the question. Well, let me come back just for a moment, because I'm stunned, frankly, by your answer. I'm just stunned by it. The question, as you guys worded it, and you could have worded the question any way you wanted, and I think you asked a very good question. And it seems to me that an informed individual can only give one answer to this question. Turning to the Islamic religion, would you say that the Islamic religion is more likely than other religions to encourage violence against non-believers? And the answer is obvious. It's an obvious yes, right? I mean, how could someone who follows the news at all, who reads Time magazine regularly, not answer yes to that question?
Well, let me just say this. According to the poll, 46% of Americans answered that question, as you would have as well, more likely.
Right, and 6% answered less likely, which is insane. 6% answered less likely, that Islam is less likely than other religions.
39% answered the same as other religions, and 10% said no answer or don't know. In other words, a majority of those polled did not believe that Islam is more likely than other faiths to encourage violence against non-believers.
Correct, which stunned me. I couldn't believe it. In other words, it seems to me that the part of what your magazine seems to argue is, yes, America is Islamophobic. And it would seem to me that this question and the foolish answer to this question that was provided, it seems to me, by a majority of Americans, either we don't know, or Islam is more peaceful, or Islam is no worse than other religions. The fact that the majority of Americans won't say that Islam is more violent indicates how deep our reluctance is to display the kind of religious bigotry with which you indict the American people.
Well, let me just, on behalf of the author of the story, Bobby Ghosh, and the other editors at Time, clarify the position that and the argument that is made in this story. The story does not say that the United States is an Islamophobic nation. In fact, we go out of our way to say that Islamophobia in the United States does not approach the levels that you see in Europe, that most Muslims say that they feel safer in the United States than they do anywhere else in the Western world. We're very clear, and I believe personally, that the United States is the most tolerant nation on earth. And I think the poll actually reflects the fact that Americans remain very tolerant, accepting of other cultures, welcoming of other cultures, and willing to talk about and give Islam the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, I understand that. So are you saying that with the question posed on the cover of the magazine, is America Islamophobic, that the magazine meant to answer that question no?
I don't think I don't think that the magazine it has a definitive answer on that, because I don't think there is a definitive answer.
But why? You see, if you meant to answer the question no, you have. Just look at the visual imagery. There is imagery of a history of bigotry in America with a picture of a Ku Klux Klansman holding a burning cross. Doesn't that imply that the Ku Klux Klan is somehow connected to opposition to building a mosque 2 blocks from Ground Zero?
I don't think so. I mean, I think the graphic that you're highlighting is merely documenting waves of intolerance in this country, going back to 1654. I don't think we are
is
saying
the opposition to the Islamic Cultural Center the latest wave of intolerance?
I don't personally believe that it is.